Hello everyone, welcome to MedTuber. In this video, we will be continuing with the image-based questions of pediatrics. The reflex shown below disappears at what age? First, we'll see the image. It is showing rooting reflex and disappears at 4 weeks of age, along after the baby has learned to find its mother's nipple. It shows the newborn to turn head towards anything that strokes his cheek or mouth. Now we'll see the primitive reflexes when they appear and disappear. First primitive reflex to appear is rooting reflex that appears at 38 weeks. And last primitive reflex to appear is tonic neck reflex that appears at 35 weeks. First primitive reflex to disappear is rooting reflex and disappears at 1 month. Last primitive reflex to disappear is plantar grasp and disappears at 12 months. Next, moving on to next question. All are true about this reflex except. Now see the image. This image is showing Moro's reflex that appears at 32 weeks and peaks at 1 month and disappears at 5 to 7 months. It is postulated to help the infant cling to mother while she carried him all day. Bilateral absence is seen in severe CNS dysfunction, while unilateral absence indicates fractured clavicle or injury to brachial plexus. Now we'll see the options I have asked except. So option A, embracing reflex. Moro's reflex is also known as embracing reflex. Option B, bilateral absence is seen in HIE stage 3. It is true. First primitive reflex to disappear. First primitive reflex to disappear we saw is rooting reflex that disappear at 1 month. This is a false statement. Unilateral absence is seen in Erb's palsy. It is true statement. Moving on to next question. Which is true about the reflex shown in the image? The reflex shown in the image is asymmetric tonic neck reflex. It is also known as Fensar reflex. When the child head, where the child head is turned to one side, it is turned to one side, and the arm on that side will straighten, and the opposite arm will bend. Moving on to next question. What is the diagnosis of the child given below? The image is showing swelling over the neck and head area, and it is a lymphangioma or cystic hygroma. It is a rare congenital malformation having abnormal development of lymphatics, and it is seen in head and neck area. It is diagnosed by USG and MRI. This is lymphangioma. Moving on to next question. Which of the following is correct about the term neonate with respiratory distress? The chest X-ray is showing hyperinflation of the fluid in the transverse sinus, transverse fissure. Diagnostic of transient tachypnea of newborn. Fluid in transverse fissure. Neonate born at 34 weeks with premature rupture of membranes develops respiratory distress. Chest X-ray was performed. All are considered in differential diagnosis except. The image shows ground-glass appearance, and in differential diagnosis, it is seen in congenital pneumonia, hyaline membrane disease, and congenital alveolar proteinosis, but not in tetralogy of Fallot. Moving on to next question. X-ray abdomen of neonate shows. The finding of it is showing the finding of pneumatosis intestinalis, that is having air in the bowel wall. It confirms the clinical suspicion of NEC, that is necrotizing enterocolitis. Moving on to next question. Preterm child on cow milk due to death of mother is having blood in stools. The X-ray abdomen was done and diagnosis is. The X-ray abdomen is showing dilated bowel loops with intramural air, and air can be seen on flanks and both sides of the bowel. This is called Wriggler sign. Moving on to next question. A neonate with doughy soft lump in neck causing distortion of face and audible grunt, and the diagnosis is. The diagnosis is cystic hygroma. The diagnosis of the child given below is. This is cradle cath. It is seborrheic dermatitis characterized by thick yellowish scales on the scalp, forehead, and nasolabial folds. Moving on to next question. Comment on the diagnosis of 1-year-old child. The image is given below. It is showing baby with the scalp of the showing large head with dilated superficial veins, which is diagnostic of hydrocephalus. The answer is B. But in hydrancephaly, in option A, the cortical hemispheres are absent or represented by membranous sacs with remnants of frontal, temporal, and occipital cortex. Moving on to next question. Comment on the diagnosis of the child given below. Here we can notice there is macroglossia with umbilical hernia and crease lobe indentation in the ear. Here, the signs and symptoms of these are the signs and symptoms of Beckwith-Wiedemann syndrome. They vary in different individuals. The common or omphaloceal umbilical hernia, macroglossia, visceromegaly, and creases or pits in the skin near the ear, and hypoglycemia in infancy are also seen. Kidney abnormalities are also seen in children. Moving on to next question. Which of the following best diagnosis of this neonate who is excessively hungry, warm with flushed skin? Notice the lid retraction and presence of stare sign in this child. This coupled with history proves that the child has increased sympathetic drive and increased BMR. This is caused by transfer of thyroid stimulating immunoglobulins across the placenta. So the answer is neonatal thyrotoxicosis. Moving on to next question. All are seen in this child except this child is showing cleft lip and cleft palate. The child, due to the lack of suction, an infant with a cleft may have trouble feeding with milk entering the nose, and then goes into straight eustachian tube into the middle ear and causing otitis media. So these childs will usually present with otitis media, delayed speech, and they'll be having dysarthria but not aspiration pneumonia. Moving on to next question. Which of the following diseases can lead to the following position of the body? This position is called opisthotonus due to marked contraction of paravertebral muscles and is seen in tetanus and kernicterus. Thank you for watching this video. For more videos, subscribe to MedTuber.